Toto, we've seen you preside over some extraordinary success at Mercedes over the years. How are you dealing with the toughest time, arguably, at the team?
We knew that at a certain stage there will be tougher times. We've won 8 consecutive championships, and now the next challenge has been thrown at us, and that is how can we make sure that this is a blip? What can we learn? And I'm sure the winning afterwards will be even sweeter.
When you look at the team and the personnel that you've got there, how are they feeling with this challenge? I know that they're ambitious, they're motivated, but how are you kind of generating that going forward?
You know, everything happens for a reason, and you ask yourself why sports teams in general are not very successful in winning competitive consecutive championship. And for me, the reason is the people. You just get used to it. There's a certain sense of complacency that creeps in. Teams break apart. And we have really managed to stretch that out over 8 seasons. And those same people are extremely motivated and energized. And now we got a punch on our nose. And it hurts, it's bleeding. But we're still fighting.
But is there light at the end of the tunnel? Can you see the success that there is if you can unlock the potential?
There is always light at the end of the tunnel because every tunnel ends. It's just we need to shorten the tunnel.
Plenty to be positive with Alpine at the moment. Great start to the season. Can you continue that on here in Melbourne?
That is the plan. That is the plan, to continue. And we had a good Friday. Let's see what we can do now. The weather's changed a bit. It's a bit warmer. I'm sure the track temperatures will be a bit different. We're going to have to adjust. And the goal is to get them both into Q3, and if we can do that, then from there you can always race for points.
A little bit of a chink seems to be the power unit. Fernando's in his third engine in the third race already, 20 still to go. How much of a concern is that for you?
Well, the first powertrain, it was precautionary that we changed it. We wanted to check some things because it was the first race on the dyno. As it turned out, it's okay, it's back in the pool. The second one had a water pump failure, so not really the engine itself. A bit annoying, but easily fixed. So the good thing is, root cause fix is in place. We won't see it again, and we'll continue.
And just a word on Esteban. I think he struggled a little bit in testing to get on top of the car, but he seems to really have come through in these opening races when it matters.
Yeah, no, Esteban works his way up throughout the weekend. Fernando, from what I've seen, I've only worked with him for a couple races now, but he's able to extract the lap almost instantly. Different drivers do it differently, and as the weekend goes on, Esteban just gets faster and faster, so I look forward to both of them qualifying well today.
I know that you put so much resource into this car this year, but are even you surprised at how well it's gone so far in terms of pure performance?
Surprised, no, and I'm not paying attention to know if I have to be surprised or not. We are focused on performance. That I think we did a good job, but strategically, we stopped the 2021 project very early at the end of 2020, and last year was difficult because it's psychologically very difficult to come on the races knowing that you won't bring updates because you are focused on the next year project. But it was the price to pay to be performant this season, and I'm very happy that to be where we are today.
Now, we've spoken in the past about Valtteri coming out of Lewis's shadow by joining you guys, and it seems like he's done that this year. How much more do you think we're going to see from him? Because he already seems like he's extracting so much out of your package at the minute.
For sure that Valtteri is part of the performance. He's part of the performance when he's into the car and outside. He's also part of the performance on Joe's car because they are collaborating together very well. And Valtteri is clever enough to understand that if Joe is improving at one stage, he will be challenging Valtteri, and it will be a good support. And we have this kind of dynamic, and when the dynamic is there, that it's a good feeling.
And Joe, I mean, what a start to his career. He seems to have settled in very quickly. You've got an eye for picking out good talent, but are you impressed about how well he's settled in?
Yeah, that the target was to try to go in Q2 on one of the first events. He did 2 Q2 so far, and good Q2. During the races, he was more than impressive, fighting with Lewis in Bahrain, able to score points without the issue on the pit stop in Jeddah and the penalty, and it's a perfect job so far. And on the top of this, again, the same as for Valtteri, I think the attitude, the behavior with the team, the relationship with the teammate, and so is crucial for us. We are a small team and we have to keep this kind of atmosphere, and I'm more than pleased with the job done by both of them.